Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoop. Hope you guys having a good one. Today is going to be the episode 1 of a new series that we can start now and can do it while the season goes on and stuff like that. I'm very excited for it. I've been thinking about it for a little while and now I want to do it. It's going to be called Everyday Evals. Name maybe TBD. I don't know if we're sticking with that name. That's just the first thing that kind of came into my head. But maybe we'll workshop it. Who knows? Whatever. But basically, yeah, I'm going to be evaluating players that aren't on the top tier level. Obviously, just some, not random NBA players, but more guys I know who have big names and stuff like that. And evaluating them and see whether I think they can get better, get worse, just where I think they stand right now, where they possibly could be heading to next season and during the season if they're doing good and stuff like that. Very interested to see how this works out, very excited for it. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and shorts recently. Really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, turn notifications to all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. And yeah, we'll get into episode 1. This one is about Cam Thomas. So I'm sure a lot of people that are involved in the NBA circle and watch the NBA, they know about Cam Thomas, guard for the Brooklyn Nets. Last year he had a big explosion during the season with 40s just all over the place, but his minutes have been very inconsistent throughout the first 2 years of his NBA career, and we want to know why is that. This guy that can go out there and drop 46 randomly on any given night, and then 2 days later, he's DNP coach decision. Why? What's the problem with that? There's something going on. But let's start from the beginning. High school, he was really, really good. He was the 22nd ranked player in the class of 2020, and he committed to LSU. And at LSU, he had an amazing rookie year and a very historic freshman season at LSU, averaging 23 points per game on 40% shooting. I mean, a freshman coming in averaging 23 points per game, that's something. Made 2021 All-SEC team, All-SEC tournament team, and one SEC All-Freshman team, and was selected 27th overall by the Brooklyn Nets, which I thought at that time was a steal. I mean, a team that already had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden on it. Now you're adding a guy like this who can give some scoring punch to this team. It is phenomenal. In his rookie season, he played in 67 games, averaging just 17 minutes, averaging 8.5 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist on 43% shooting. Didn't really get a whole lot of opportunity because the Nets were trying to win a championship at this point. I mean, you had KD, Kyrie, Harden, you had that whole situation going on, but there were some good moments during that season. There was a stretch in February where a lot of players were hurt for the Nets, and Cam Thomas got a lot more playing time. And in that month of February, he played really well, averaging 16.5 points while shooting 45% from the field, including having a stretch where he scored 20 or more in 4 of 5 games, including a 30-piece against the Utah Jazz, which was then career high. And then last season, of course, kind of stuffed on the bench a little bit until a lot of stuff going down. That midway through the season, injuries, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving get traded, and that's when Cam Thomas put on some insane performances in February, which is funny to say that. Cam Thomas had a 3-game stretch where he looked absolutely amazing. I guess the Washington Wizards putting in 44 points on 16 for 23 shooting, then putting in 47 against the Clippers, hitting 7 threes, and then 43 against the Phoenix Suns. In that whole, he had a 7-game stretch where he averaged 29 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 50% from the field and 44% from 3. After that stretch, out of a possible 25 games he could have played, he only played in 17 of those games, which is very interesting to see, especially after all the trades. They brought in Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson and wanted to go for a little bit of a younger crowd, but Cam Thomas for some reason just couldn't find consistent minutes until the last game of the season, where he put up 46 points against the Philadelphia 76ers. And in the playoffs, in the 4 games that they played against the Sixers, he only played in 2 of them, and really only got real time in game 3, where he played 11 minutes and had 6 points on 3 for 6 shooting. Now, why is this? We all know Cam Thomas can score. He's been doing it in high school, he did in college, and he saw in the NBA it can work. I mean, watching his game, he's so smooth. Used a lot of array of moves, especially the 3-point shooting came alive last year in his second season after shooting just 27% as a rookie, shooting 38% last season. the step back moves, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. He does it all, scoring wise. You know what I mean? But there's a downfall to Cam Thomas's game, and that is if he's not scoring, he's not really doing much else. He's not a facilitator or a playmaker. He averaged just 1 assist for his career, and it makes sense. I mean, he grew up, and everywhere he's played, he's been asked to score the ball, so he never really had to develop his playmaking ability, which is fine. There's a lot of players in the league that can't really, play make, but still do really, really good things. But also the defense. The defense is not great. Trying to watch some tape of Cam Thomas play defense, and there's not that many clips out there, so you have to really go in depth and try to watch full game highlights and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just say he's not really a plus defender, which was really tough because this Nets team last year, at least in their situation, still trying to keep it together and make the playoffs, and they have a lot of capable defenders around. Guys like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal, a lot of capable defenders. Cam Thomas couldn't really hold his own on that end down there, and especially with the personnel the Nets have defensively, if he's out there, they're probably going to go pick on Cam Thomas. But I still don't agree a lot with the not playing him down the stretch of the season. I mean, that probably just messes with a lot of confidence as well. Like, you tell me I dropped 47 points in a game and then 2 days later I can't play? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And I know, yeah, the defense is a struggle, and he's one of those guys where if he's not really getting buckets and scoring, he can't really do much else on the court. But sometimes you really need those guys out there on your team, Like, I know a lot of coaches and maybe a lot of people don't like the players that just score. But when you look at it, you kind of everyone needs players like this. You know what I mean? There's sometimes you just, a lot of your offense is struggling. You just need a spark. You just need something to hang on to. And sometimes you just need to throw in a guy like Cam Thomas and say, hey, you know what? Hey, we're down by 10 or something going into the fourth quarter. We need a spark of energy. Here, Cam Thomas, go out there and play and get some buckets. I feel like there's roles for guys like him in the league. And what's to say this is who Cam Thomas is? I mean, he's still only 21 years old. He won't be 22 till preseason. He's still only 22 years old. He's still got so much time left to develop the defense side of the ball. And again, he's with so many capable defenders around him that maybe it can start making him look better, and they can teach him some things and he can get a lot better. But yeah, I'm really making this to say, evaluating Cam Thomas, the guy can get buckets. I mean, we can't really deny that. The guy can hold his own on the scoring end of the ball in the NBA. It's really just about him developing, rounding out his game, basically, is what's going to make or break Cam Thomas in the league. Can he develop a little bit of defense? Can he start playing within an offense a little bit better? But, I mean, he's got all the tools and potential there. And really, this is a campaign to give Cam Thomas more minutes. I don't want to see what happened last year happen again, where he's got a good run going and then he just gets taken out of the lineup. And the Nets aren't really playing for anything at this point. Like, next year, the Nets aren't going to be a great team. They're not going to be horrible. There's going to be teams definitely worse than them. They're going to be a fun team. But give Cam Thomas some minutes, man. Give Cam Thomas consistent minutes, and let's see what he really can do. Let's see him develop. And the only way he really can develop the defense and other stuff like that is if he plays basketball. There's nothing better than a real in-life game situation for a player to develop. So why isn't Cam Thomas out there playing and developing? You know what I mean? So I'm very excited to see if he does get more minutes, and maybe if he doesn't, maybe if I'm another team and I see that Cam Thomas is not getting more minutes next season on the Nets and he's kind of stuck there at the end of the bench, I'm definitely going to make a call. Because we see the potential with this guy. I mean, this guy had 3 straight 40-point games as starters. I mean, I know it's a different NBA now and scoring is a lot more up and all this stuff like that, but you can't deny that the dude can be an NBA player. The dude can be good. I mean, you don't just randomly have 3 straight 40-point games after just sitting on the bench the entire year. That doesn't happen. Like, the guy is so good, he can get buckets. It's really just about rounding out the entirety of the rest of his game. You know what I mean? And if I'm a team like the Jazz or the Wizards or like not great young team that doesn't have too much going for me, why not make a call to Brooklyn and say, hey man, you got that dude Cam Thomas at the end of the bench. You're not really playing him. Give him to us, and we think we can develop him, and we think we can give him the opportunity to get better and grow, because that's the only way he's gonna get better, is if he gets out there and plays actual minutes. But it was a very fun story to see though with Cam Thomas, and I hope the Nets give him a little bit of a leash to go out there and get some minutes, play better, round out his game a whole lot. And if he doesn't, then at the very least he can be one of those guys I said earlier, that one of those guys that every team needs, just a spark plug scorer off the bench. If that's his role, then I think he's going to do pretty good at it. But if he can develop and round out the rest of his game, I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar or anything like that, but he could have a long career. But yeah, that's it for today. That's the end of episode 1 of Everyday Evals. Again, name still TBD. Just wanted to talk about some players I feel like should be getting more time, and players that also have a lot of interesting situations going on. Players that maybe are flying under the radar, that I feel like should get more time, more opportunity, more, you know what I mean. Getting more eyes on them and getting more opportunity, because I feel like they can be really, really good. And Cam Thomas is the prime definition of a player that should be getting more opportunity to show how really good he is. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications on, stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And if you want to see any more like this and have any players to suggest for me down low in the comment section, I'm open, all ears. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.